Guys, hello and welcome to a very special edition of a gameplay of a very special game on my channel, Solo Capor, which means solo fish, because I play only solo. And I play only games that are small and not too popular, not too well much known, or even like this Horrorclix game that I'm gonna play now. They are even finished the production. But never mind, because it's fun and you still can get some of these online. So I will try to present you my solo rules for this great little special victim hunting game. So what we have here now, I will talk also for the guys who never played it before a little bit about the basic rules, maybe what I get wrong, because I'm still new to the game, that's true. Please correct me in the commentaries, okay? So thank you very much in forward. Now, this is a demo map of the game, and it presents a cabin in the woods, which is a very nice little horror trope. And instead of the usual 12 victims of a game in a full map, we have only 6 victims, so it will be pretty fast and hopefully not boring for you. And well, we have 2 teams of monsters. Each monster has some point value. I love Hungry Berta, so I put her as a team leader, although it has no sense other than she's the team leader because I like her. Then here we have a vampire who can also shoot. Because you have attacks on close range and ranged attacks, and a classical werewolf who can transform. He is called Bane Wolf. Okay, so I will not go into their details. Maybe later in the game. That's team A. Team B is, well, maybe I should also mention this is not much a solo, such as a 0-player game, because you try to play fair and yes, fair for both sides, and not prefer any side. On the other side, so we have the leader will be from the Freak Show expansion, a very nice little gypsy seer who can see what happens next, which is pretty funny. And she is the most costly unit here for 45 not pounds, points. Oh, sorry for the moving of the camera, but I don't have a better tripod, so I have to improvise with what I have here. And there is a ghost actually who I have chosen so that you see special tactics here. I will show a special combo, and then a very cheap one here. This wild man from some Maori island for 20 points only. Oh, and my cat arrived to the table, so the camera is moving again. Never mind. Maybe he wants to be the star of the show. Wait, I will try to show you. Yes. Hello, cat. So that was Xander the Third. By the way, he's a son of some Johnny Depp the Third or Fourth, or so. He has papers. Very nice little cat, kitty. Anyways, so we start the game by those who have lesser points start. He's 105 for Berta and 100 for the gypsies, or how to call them, the team. So they will try by using. They will start by. So I have to tell you, the basic game for 2 players, you start with a phase where you can move the victims. Here, this is not played like this. Victims are put. They are watching TV in the cabin or taking a shower here and doing other stuff that young people do. And there are 3 male and 3 female victims, by the way, which I randomly put down on the bloody places. That's their place. You can alter the winning conditions by saying, for example, well, every victim will be worth not 5 points at the end, but every male or female will be 10 points. Or only the prom queen, for example, will be 10 points. So you can make here your own little adjustments how you wish to have. And the other thing that is different from the cat is moving again. That is different from the game or from the original is the crypt cards. I made a shared deck of the crypt cards. The crypt card, and I also changed a little bit their visual for me because my eyes are not as good as before. And also I changed the text so that it suits the solo game. You see, like for example, well, the crypt cards in the base game, you use them again against versus your opponent. You have your own deck and he has his own deck. Here the deck is shared and almost everything is bad for you, like for your monsters. Like for example, somebody found the bug spray from the victims. You always look at the top card when you try to slay a victim and see what happens. And here, a victim uses insecticide to foil an attacker. Play this card when a victim is about to be slain, of course. Roll a d6 on a result of 3 to 6 at the slaying attempt phase, and the monster is dealt 1 damage. So you see the victims in this game are, I will now just do this again. The victims are not helpless here in this solo try. Before I had 50 cards, I went down to 20 or so. I don't know, 50 was just too much and for this demo show. Well, so we start with the Gypsy Seer, and he will use the second side, which says that he could check. It is his first action, so we assign action dice. It's a first action. Yeah, and every round, each team has 2 actions, but cannot assign them to the same figure. So the Gypsy Seer wants to see. The second side gives him, he could look at any victim. If we wanted to search for the prom queen, for example, it would be interesting, but we don't play that rule now. So he can see future, right? So he can see what will happen after we look at this card when we try to slay a victim. So it will be an ambush. Play this card when this plays to the monster who tries to kill will get from each adjacent victim this damage. So what the Gypsy Queen or Seer can do is to discard this card, and she wants to do that. She doesn't want to get ambushed because the second action, and this is the combo I found after opening some freak show boosters. I used the lynched ghost. I hope you can see here. I used the token. I used the lynched ghost who can ignore walls, so he can enter the cabin just like this. And he does that, but also he can move 6. He could move 6, but there is an hourglass symbol down there, which means that on the end of the turn he has to take 1 damage, unpreventable damage. That's just the rule for a ghost. So the ghost goes through, and when he is adjacent to a victim, the victim opens up, and yes, it's the prom queen. As you can see, she just came back from the shower, and we see now from the crypt card what happens. Maybe something, maybe nothing. And bug spray, exactly, it's the bug spray. She just found it. So we throw a d6 and fell a 1. So on a result of an slain, no, nothing happened. The bug spray was not useful, so the prom queen is dead. 5 points for this team, and both action tokens are used, and at the end of the round we have to move his tracker here to the next, and in the next position of the tracker he cannot go through walls anymore. I guess he would be overpowered, but he can use different things then. Okay, now to the team of the Hungry Bertha or Big Bertha, or how to call her. One thing now, we have doors which lead to the cabin. In the original rules, the doors are always open if isn't somebody standing on the other side. No, I say the doors here might be closed. We will see. It will depend whether it's a 50% chance. On 1, 2, 3 they are closed. On 4, 5, 6 they are open and the monster can go through. So now the werewolf is going to try to get through the door. 1 step and it's a 4. So the door was opened. You don't see that, but it's a 4. So the door was opened. He doesn't need to try to smash, because if it would be closed, you have to do a smashing attempt. It's in the rules. You have that you find in the rules. I won't go into that now. So it was 1, 2. Now we look at the adjacent victims and we can choose. So here's a cop and here is a reporter, and you see this is a like from the movies, Scream scene, you know, the cop and the reporter. I don't remember their names anymore, but they were in the movie. So I would say, well, we don't know what the crypt card will be, but let us try to kill the cop. It doesn't matter who we try to kill. Let us try to kill the cop. So, cell phone, saved by the ringtone. By this card, when a chosen victim is selected, the cop. Select another victim in play. That victim becomes the chosen victim instead and move half of your movement to it. So, half of the movement of the wolf is, well, it will be enough. Because his movement, oh, the light is not good here. I'm sorry for that. But his movement is 5, and half of his movement is 2 or 3. However, it's okay, and he got her. He got the reporter, and then it's his rule that after he slays the first victim, he transforms and cannot heal past the red starting line. Yes, we change his base to the red starting line, and then he has also some special abilities. So I will do that now, so we don't forget to turn this. Some of the circles turn pretty hard, and I actually had to. Here's the red line. I actually had to open some of the minis and destroy some mold that was inside, and you couldn't, because of the mold, you couldn't move the dial, which is kind of weird that the quality control didn't check it, but whatever. Okay, what now? This was the wolf, and so the door is open, so Berta could actually, she has 4 movement, if I remember correctly, so let her move to... Let's move Berta to the cop. 1, 2, 3, 4 anyway. And first we draw a card, and it's an ambush. Okay, the victim is about to slay. Deal 1 damage to the monster for each adjacent victim, but it's only the cop. So Berta would be dealt 1 damage, but she has a lot of flesh stamina. Damage to this monster is reduced by 1, so she isn't dealt any damage. But when the victim is about to be slain, but the victim is slain anyway. So if it would be another monster, it would get 1 damage, but the victim is slain. So it's 5 points and 5 points against these 5 points. They are actually fast now somehow. Okay, I hope I didn't make any mistake. If then, please correct me in the comments. And now to the other side, to these guys. So our ghost cannot move anymore through the walls. Never mind, he will go and try to check on this one. The gypsy's here, nothing changed. So he again can check for another card and maybe discard it. So what would happen in the future? Accidental death. The escape attempt of the victim fails and the victim is removed from the game. This is what you don't want to happen, because it means that the accidental death, that the ghost would go for the victim and it would maybe, I don't know, fall down when running and crash its head, and it wouldn't be a victim who is slain, but it would be a victim of accidental death and would fall out of the game. So I discard this card because we want the victim for us. So ghost, let's go. Check the victim. It's a jock. Everyone had this in high school, and check what he's gonna do. Surgical tools. Oh, he's running with scissors. Move the victim. At the end of the victim's movement, deal 1 damage to 1 opposing monster adjacent to the victim. The lucky thing is here is no opposing monster, but he can move, and he will move as much as he can away. So his movement is 6. So he will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and end in the hindering terrain. He is running away simply, you know. So sometimes the cards, the text as I changed it is rather by intuition, because when we say the victim is running away, move the victim. Well, logically we move it as far as away as it can run, okay, but not outside the map. So, and yeah, okay, it's logical he went here because he's seen these monsters, but he didn't see the vampirella over here. So the gypsy made his move, the ghost made his move, And the gypsy is actually, he's just standing there. Well, whatever. Okay, so now our group with the Berta. Berta, why is she? Okay, she has only one. Didn't I leave? Didn't I I missed something, because here are already 4 tokens and here is only 2 tokens. What did I miss? I'm angry at myself. Berta went there, he went there. I will watch the video back and see, but for now, well, let's just play. Let's say the blood vamp. I have to have missed one. Now it should be I think the Berta moved twice. Or no, never mind. Okay, the blood vamp wants to get Jock, so she goes there. We look at this is a family curse. Play this card when a victim would be slain. Yes, roll a d6. On a result of 3 or 5, the attempt fails, and on a 6, the slaying attempt fails, and you reshuffle this into a deck. This is a family curse on the victim, and it's a 6. So it's everything okay? No, it isn't. On a 6, the slaying attempt fails, and reshuffle this bad family curse into the deck. So Vampirella goes 1 back, and the stupid Jock is alive. The second slaying attempt didn't go well. Okay, so now back to our group, to the right. These 2 will do nothing because we have to remove the 2 tokens, and only Wildman can go now, and he can do to the monster in 1 round. We can assign only 1 token, so unfortunately he cannot do anything else, but he can try to get the Jock or open the door or check if the door is open, but no, he will go for the Jock. And we see tricky monster, a victim is tricked into coming closer. Okay, so let us roll we rolled a 4, so nothing happened actually, because on the result of 5 or 6, the next closest victim would move to the monster, which is standing here inside. The victim would run outside because it's a tricky monster who tricks the victim, but it didn't happen. And anyway, he got the Jock. And he is now engaged in a fight with Vampirella, because when they touch the bases or are adjacent, they are in a fight, but he cannot fight right now. So now back to this team. I'm so angry I forgot who made already his 2 turns. Was it? The Emperor for sure not. I think it was the Wolf. Let's pretend it was the Wolf, and let's pretend the Wolf cannot do anything this turn. But Berta will go and hunt. She will continue to hunt. 1, 2... We will see who... sorry, it's the neighboring house, a neighboring part of the cabin. We'll see who is here. It's a pizza guy. And the pizza guy does something. Secret passage. Roll a d6. On a result of 5 or 6, the slaying attempt fails, and place the victim 1 unoccupied adjacent space behind the closest wall. Oh my gosh, so he can run away on 5 or 6. I tried to roll here. It's a 4, so there was no secret passage for him. And I'm sorry, my dear pizza guy, I'm removing these tokens. Berta is here, the tokens go to Berta. That's 5 and 5, that's 10 points. Here the ghost has the prom queen, that's 5 points, yes, okay. So this was Berta's move. Werewolf can do nothing, and the blood vamp will fight the wild man. I will roll now for 2 dice for attack. It's 6 and 6. Oh my god, that's a critical. That's a critical, which means she will give +1 damage, and her base damage is 3, so she will damage the wildman for 4. And that's 1. I don't know if you see it. 2. So what? 2, 3, 4. What? Is he already dead? Yeah, it seems so. Well, he is for 20 action points, so no wonder. So let's check it again. Here's the green line. So here's the green line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, Wildman is dead. Okay, so for that figure, your team gets its points. So it's Wildman 20 points for us. So we have 20, 30, 40. They have only 5. It looks very bad for their team, and the game ends in single player of my rules at least when all the victims are dead, and if it's a draw, then at least one of the monsters has to be dead. Or even if it wouldn't be a draw, it's more interesting to play that at least one of the monsters on the board has to be dead, so that you have a monster fight. Because sometimes it could happen you just eat up all the victims, and that would be not very much interesting if you don't get the monsters fighting. Okay, but yes, sorry, the Wildman got the joke, so yeah, they have 10 points. I was wrong there. They have 10 points. The vamp done his work. Now the ghost will go, yes, and will try to eat up this one. The seer will not check now what's going on because he will go and fight, I think. No, it will be game over because he looks at the crucifix. Only on a vampire or a werewolf can be used, so it does nothing to the ghost. The ghost takes the cheerleader. That's now 15 points. And our second team had only 10 points. No, 15 too. I'm sorry. I forget to put the tokens away. So it would be 15-15, but our Berta team killed the Wildman, which means they win the game. And yes, well, I haven't used the seer much. Should be much more active. I believe there is no ranged fight, but it's a pretty strong one. It also has a ghost, but not on the starting position, and should have used it more, but I'm not so aware of how she works. I only wanted to use the base combo, like the opening with the ghost going through the wall and going for the victims fast. But he actually lost the game for his team, for his gypsy team, because he ran forward to get the jock, but then Vampirella got him. Yeah, so it was his mistake. If I haven't made a mistake over here, because as we have seen somewhere, I forgot to put an action token on a card. Or I will be very surprised when I will reviving this video in a minute. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment anything you have on your heart or mind. I will be very happy about that. I'm still working on making the rules tight and fully working and enjoyable. Have a nice evening, weekend, or day, or anything comes at you. Bye bye.